Hello, my friends. You should be able to hear me now. And also, that silky smooth audio that isn't jumping or stuttering or doing any of the things that it was doing yesterday. Pie, I was late. You're on time. It's all good. Tyranno, you made it! How did your day go? Honeyshuckle, hello, hello. Shot the alpaca, hello. Blur, hello, hello, all my friends. How are you? Honeyshuckle, I just saw your post about all the world building that you've been doing. That's awesome. You will not get banned for being late, Pie. I absolutely will not ban you. I will, however, hydrate, as you have instructed me to do. Got some caramel coffee here. Oh my goodness. Let me know if the sound levels need adjusted at all. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, balanced with the music. We didn't really get to talk about that yesterday with all the other crap that was happening at the beginning of stream. She's on her way from another city, so I just have a short work day today, and I'll be knocking off early to go hang out with her. That's awesome, Tyranno. I hope you have a fabulous time. I wasn't sure if it was it'll be before stream, and I don't know when I'll get back, or it'll be, like you said, an after thing. So nice. I hope you have fun. As for a campaign, I'm gonna run for some close friends, but I'm trying to write it in a way that I can play it multiple times because the scope is ludicrous. Heck yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're basically creating your own setting, which is amazing. I love that. I would love to take a couple of my, like, novel worlds and, like, do source material for them so that they could be used for TTRPGs. I think that would be amazing. I don't know that I have the time. Like, I have so many projects going that, like, my brain is like, yeah, that's a really cool project idea. You should totally do it. And then the organizational part of my brain is like, look at your schedule, woman. You have no free slots. You have absolutely... unless you can create several more hours in a day, there's no possible way you can do this. But it would be amazing. I love that. Welcome everybody. I hope you're all having a fabulous time. This is how I hoped stream would start yesterday. Just buttery smooth. But it didn't. We are on the new computer. I can't remember if I showed him off yesterday. This is Langdale. This is my new baby. He is a rainbow. There's maybe 2 people other than me who know, about the character Langdale. I chose that name for reasons. He's reliable in a certain kind of way that I hope my computer will be this time around. So yeah, and the problem from yesterday, it turns out, is that, when I received this computer, it came pre-installed with Windows, and I guess because, also, Lomi, hello! I guess because this company that made this computer sells it as a gaming PC, even though it's mid-range, so it's not really what a actual PC gamer would want. Because it's a gaming PC, they included this trial of Norton 360, which has like a game optimization option. It was really dumb. And I was planning on uninstalling it anyway, but it hadn't really been doing anything, and I wasn't really paying attention to it. And it turns out that that was what was interfering with the audio yesterday. As soon as I started disabling... because after stream, I noticed that I was getting a weird connection error with Steam, and I was like, this is really weird. And so I had to disable it to get that working, and I was like, hey, wait a minute, and I tested out OBS and this again, and lo and behold, as soon as the Norton was gone, so were all of the issues that we were having yesterday. So, we should have no problems today. It should be smooth sailing, knock on wood, cross those fingers. Time to outsource? I mean, hey, if I knew somebody who had the time and was willing to do that, I would totally be down to collaborate. I could be doing better. I woke up with a massive tension headache. It's died down since then, but it's still there. I was planning on streaming today, but that went out the window. I'm so sorry to hear that, Blur. I know how you feel. I did not sleep well last night. I even tried to go to bed early last night to catch up on sleep, and that did not happen. And I have been waking up with sinus headaches this week, which is not the same as a tension headache, but top notch. So I feel you. Get some rest. Do what you gotta do. Some light stretches. Get rid of that headache. Relax. Have some tea. Catch Carter now. Catch Carter now. Hello. Someone sit on me and make me do my edits. I can offer you some really sweet, cute little, spirits to keep you company if that's what we are wanting to do. I actually kind of want to make this a little bit bigger. Let's see if I can adjust this slightly. Oops. I want to change my hair today. I think I'm gonna stay with the messy bun, but I feel like I'm feeling cooler colors today. I wish there was a more, like, bluey one. I guess you can make your own. So we'd also go like, those buns do kind of get in the way of my ears. I also really like this hair. I'm not gonna lie. I like the hair in this game. I feel like there's more blue in it on that. I wish there was like a button that would reverse. Although I guess I am blue of skin, so why I would need to be also blue of hair is beyond me. But you know what? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I very unfortunately, because the hair is really good. Unfortunately, because things were so crazy yesterday between dealing with the stream in the morning and D&D last night, I did not get to do a thing, which is Lomi has figured out how to make a shirt for me in this game that has my logo on it and everything, and I did not get a chance to set that up for today, so I'm gonna have to try and set that up for tomorrow. This is Lo-Fi Sessions Spirit City. It is a game on Steam, which is also basically a productivity app. I think we're gonna keep our little Flutter Frog because I do really like him. I know we hung out with him a bit yesterday, but I think we're gonna keep him. I do also do For the Words, though. I tend to not really go on there during the day, but I do go in and log my words in the evening. So yeah, let me see. We didn't hang out on the bed yesterday. There we go. And, you just kind of like, I just live in a world of night in this game, not gonna lie. Just like the night. I spent so much time drawing new shirts in Procreate last night and then did not add a single one to my game today. Hey, I just think it's awesome that you figured out how to make your own clothes. That's super cool. Speaking of last night, what happened? We did not die. Darfin did basically nothing. Darfin was blind for like the whole fight. I did finally roll a crit to get unblind, but the fight ended before it was my turn again, which isn't a bad thing. It was pretty dire. Everybody was tempted. Every player character was tempted. So for those that didn't watch Winds of Chaos last night, it was pretty cray. Every character was basically tempted by something from the past that would change like the future that they could potentially have. And Darfin's was basically resurrecting the people of his past, which Darfin's past is pretty sketch. Hey, Diz is living. How's it going? Darfin's past is pretty sketchy. I'm like the only person who really knows it because he's not a regular character in the game. I'm just a guest. But he is a career soldier. He fought in the Goblin War, which was what sort of pushed the main characters in the campaign sort of into their journey. And so he's lost a lot of people, and some of them that he very much cared about. So it may have seemed like I shrugged off that temptation because Darfin is a very decisive character. But it was hard for him. Wolf's character Mazra was tempted with basically you can, because she is a half-orc, right? Her mother was an orc and her father was a human. So the temptation for her was you can have a family connection with your mother if you basically just abandon your father and don't care about him, which she said no to. Cauliflumps had, I think, the most interesting one because it has been well established in the campaign that his character Foodle is a bit racist toward goblins because goblins killed, his whole village and his best friend and a lot of people that he cared about and ruined his life. And it's something that he has consistently struggled with. The character, not the player. The player's not racist, but the character has struggled with seeing goblins in a different context, seeing them as, people who are also struggling, as refugees who are also struggling in the wake of war. And so his temptation was that he could prevent the Goblin War from happening and save his village if he basically killed this young woman that they had met on their journey. And you could tell that Kali was like deep in the like gear turning, like he was tempted. That was the one where I was like, he might actually just not pass the test. But he did. And then Kiona and Adelati, Adelati was actually the one who was tempted. So Flutterdye's character, Kiona, has a passenger that she carries with her named Adelati, who is a Korai and who provides her with her wild magic capabilities. And Adelati was tempted to leave Kiona and to separate from her and be herself, which she did not do. She decided to stay with Kiona as a joint being. So it was tense though. It was really tense. There were some really, really cool moments. Darfin also just flailed for the whole fight. Was basically counting down the hit points. I was like, 65 more hit points until Darfin gets to see all of his friends anyway. Cookin', currently making some jalapeno cilantro rice. These jalapenos are so hot, I should have tested first. Did you grow them, Diz is living? Ghost Pepper is growing jalapenos in the garden, and some of them do turn out way hotter than he expects. Have a high spice tolerance, so I didn't think it was going to be bad. Oh no! So there you go. That's what happened on Winds of Chaos last night. It was an epic boss fight for the ages. Um, Goldrill. So I think they were actually fighting the Korai that was inside Goldrill. I say they because I don't know that Darfin actually fought anything. They were sort of fighting the being that was inhabiting Goldrill, and when they reduced that being to 0 hit points, it essentially released him, and he returned to being normal. So we did not have to kill Goldrill, although interestingly enough, and I'm gonna poke this one next week, when Darfin asked them if they were attacking Goldrill, Kiona said, only knock him out, and Mazra said kill him. So don't think that Darfin didn't notice that that was a thing that happened, because that was definitely a moment where it was like, that is a very mixed signal that I have been given just now as to whether or not we are hostile or just defensive in this fight. Put 3 of these really hot jalapenos into 1 cup of rice. Oh, Diz is living. That would murder me. That would murder me. What's Mazra's problem with him, or does Darfin know? This is me, Megan, speaking, not Darfin. Mazra is just kind of like that. She's a very, she's a character of extremes. There's no middle ground with Mazra. It's either one or the other. And so I think for Mazra, if someone attacks her, she doesn't have a mercy mode. She's basically just, okay, you hit me, I hurt you. I think that's more what that was. Darfin has no clue, and I do think he's gonna come out of that whole lighthouse and just be like, you guys gotta get your shit together, because if you're in a battlefield and all 3 of you have different ideas about what you want the outcome of that fight to be, that's gonna cause trouble. So it's gonna be the truth or dare all over again, because Iskander was they were all enchanted that they had to tell the truth, and Iskander was asked what would it take to sell out the party, and he answered, and Foodle is still like you can't trust that guy. But yeah, speaking of things that are actually happening on this channel, though, there is one thing I want to talk about. We're going to start productivity here very shortly. In fact, I'm going to get it configured. We're going to do 30-minute sprints with 15-minute breaks today, because I'm actually getting... Oops. Let's skip. There we go. I'm actually getting things started in a timely fashion here. Couple of things that I do want to talk about. The first is that one of the members of our community, the lovely Bard Owl, is actually working on a form, which reminds me I need to get in touch with her because she wanted me to test it out for her. She's actually working on a form that we can use during NaNoWriMo in November, National Novel Writing Month. Just a community one. It's going to be set up in Google Drive. So as long as you can access Google Drive, you'd be able to use it. You can stay in like anonymous mode. You don't have to like reveal who you are or anything. Everyone who wants to sign up will get their own tab, so Bard will set up your version of the chart for you. It's super cool. You can record your word counts. You can set your own goal as well. We're trying to set it up so that you can set your own goal, so that if you don't want to do 50K, you can do more than 50K, you can do less than 50K. It's whatever personal goal you want to set. It will mark out par for you for the event, depending on the goal that you choose. And you can put your word counts in each day, and it will do a bar graph, kind of like it does, kind of like the Nano site does. It will do a bar graph. It will show you par, and there's another line that I think shows like the relational, like, between your daily word counts. It gives you an extra sort of line. So we're working on that. We're gonna potentially put a habit tracker in there too, so that you can mark if you're hydrating and if you're taking breaks and all that kind of stuff. And the idea is just for our community to come together and to encourage people. I'm also thinking I'd like to, I don't want to mess too much with Bard's design, but I'd like to put a section where like we can go into each other's charts and leave little encouraging messages and stuff like that. And then, hey, the Mad Lad, how's it going? And then basically, you can just go into the Google Drive. You can scroll through the different tabs and you can see how everybody's doing. You can leave encouragement for each other. Anybody who wants to share like screenshots of it anywhere, it's basically what it's for. So there's kind of a little sign up thing that I threw in there just out of the blue. I'm gonna make a better announcement about it in the future now that we've sort of got things working a bit more. But for anyone who's interested in that, you're welcome to join. It's not like you have to do this instead of NaNoWriMo. It's 100% just like an additional little thing that people can use if they want to, just for members of our community to have something cool to get them through the event, especially if anyone thinks they're going to struggle. I know week 3 of NaNoWriMo is usually pretty hard, so anyone who wants to do that, that's coming up. I did pin a thread in the writing area. You can throw a thumbs up in there, but I also will make a bigger, more like better defined post in the future for anyone who wants some more details. So we've got that coming up. I also am going to be doing some kind of event at the end of the year. I had to buy a brand new computer, and it was not in the plan. So I am going to be doing basically a little bit of a fundraising activity sort of thing to see if we can just recoup a little bit of what we had to pay on the computer. It's not going to be super hardcore or anything, but there will be prizes. I have thought of some rewards. One of the rewards that we will be able to unlock if we raise enough money is a Dear Ephema Live. So I will do an entire stream as Ephema, answering people's questions. There used to be a segment on Winds of Chaos called Dear Ephema, where I would answer the audience's questions. I would record them ahead of time, and then my computer died. My first hard drive died, and I didn't have time to do it for a while. And then my second hard drive died, and I still haven't had time to do it for a while. So we will unlock a Dear Ephema Live. That is one of the prizes that will be part of this event. I'm hoping to start that in November. I'm not doing it for September, unfortunately, because I just got this computer set up. I'm still getting things figured out. But I'm hoping to start that in November. It'll probably run to the end of the year and possibly into the new year. So look forward to that. I'm not going to reveal all the prizes at the moment, but that's one of the things that we will be able to unlock is basically a Dear Ephema AMA. Although asterisk, disclaimer, I cannot verify that the advice that you receive from Ephema will actually be useful. It will be Ephema advice, so take that with a grain of salt. It's going okay, Mad Lad. Yesterday, we had some issues. We had some issues yesterday with trying to get the sound to work properly on stream, but it is working today. I found the problem. We got that all sorted out. And I guess the biggest thing, the thing that I maybe should have started with, is that we're starting a new book today. I am starting book 4 of Everyone's Child, which is called Anyone's Crazy Aunt. And this is exciting because we outlined and wrote the entire first book in this series on stream, not last year, but the year before, I believe. So it's hard to believe, first of all, that we've already reached the 4th book in this series. But we're starting that today. That's what I'm going to be productively working on today. I do have a writing project called Copyright Elysium, so maybe that might be a good time to work on it. Heck yeah! And I think the most important thing about the forum that we're doing is that you'll be able to set your own goal. If you use the NaNoWriMo tracker, it is quite useful, but it's sort of locked. It's hard locked at 50K. Because 50K is the event. And I think you can do a half nano. I think they might actually have But if you want to set your own custom goal, you have to do a like non-nano specific project, right? So this is basically just so everyone can be like, yeah, obviously for me, I'm gonna have a larger goal than 50K. I have been doing more than 50K in NaNoWriMo for several years now, so I'm going to set a goal that challenges me. But I want everyone to be able to set their own goal and go for whatever feels best for them. I do want to try some different music today. We've done the rainy day incantations. I wonder what Chilling with the Unknown is. If we cry, we will rust. Can I jump ahead? Interesting. Let's give this a try. Finish the first draft and illustrate 5 pictures. That would be amazing, Honeyshuckle. Obviously, there's not going to be any consequences for not hitting the goal or anything. I don't want anyone to feel, like, ultra pressured. But I do want to have, like, one of my goals when I put together this channel, I keep saying we for some reason, one of my goals when I put together this channel was just to give people a space where they could do creative things and feel like they were hanging out with other people and feel like they could get the encouragement and the interaction they needed. Because I've said this many times, but we writers are sort of solitary creatures. When we do our work, we are, for the most part, doing it alone. And I think for the most part, we're content to do that. But it would also be really cool to have an office of people, like an office of creative people, where you could go hang out at the water cooler during breaks and be like, yeah, I'm working on this project and this is how it's going. And we don't really have a lot of physical spaces where stuff like that happens, where writers are sort of, and artists and other creative people are able to just sort of collectively, because, you know, when you work in an office, that's not the kind of office you work in, right? There's not physical spaces in the world for those things to happen. So I want my Twitch channel to basically be like the water cooler. It's where you can go, you know, during the breaks in between. You can find other like-minded people. You can have conversations. You can bounce ideas off each other. And so this is sort of an extension of that, right? Just giving everyone a space where we can say, we're all doing these big creative projects this month. We can all keep an eye on each other. We can all encourage each other. And we have that essentially water cooler space where, you know, if you're struggling or you're frustrated, you can, you know, find people to express that with. I'm gonna sneeze so hard. Absolutely. And, you know, I know that you don't do word counts or anything, Blur, but you're absolutely welcome to participate, to set an artistic goal. And I don't know how we would create a chart for you to measure that. I could certainly talk to Bart about it, but you're absolutely welcome to join in. This is not, like, it's not novel specific. It can be any kind of creative project. And as long as we can find a way to measure it for you, I'm happy for anyone to have a little tab in there, in the Google Docs. Brain already not working. So heck yeah, let me open. Now, we did have a weird office thing happening yesterday. I did not figure out why that was, but it has not popped up again, so we seem to be fine. But I do need to make a new folder, book for anyone's crazy aunt. And I need to open a new Office document. It stole my new Office document. I have to open another new Office document. No! I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Alright, and we've got anyone's crazy aunt. Chapter 1. And I'm gonna go save it in this new folder. I have already configured the Pomodoro to actually be 30 minutes. I remember now after that one incident. Yeah, I will talk to Bart about it. I mean, Blur, you might have to DM me in Discord and let me know like what kind of goal you want to set and how you would want to measure it. And then I can talk to Bard about potentially setting up a different kind of chart for you. But I would love to do that. Because I know there are different events. Like I know Inktober is a thing that is more generated toward artists. But to me, I think there's so much crossover in the creative sphere. Like whether you're writing a novel or creating a D&D campaign setting or drawing or creating a comic, whatever it is that you're doing, that creative process is all the same. And we all go through that same mental process, and we all go through and make the same choices and do the same sort of things. And so having a time when we're all doing that together and we're all supporting each other through it, I think is what it's all about. I don't have my copy on hand right now, but I believe I'm on page 250 something of the Kite Runner. I'm definitely past 222. Nice, the Mad Lad. Are you enjoying it? I think I remember the last time you said you weren't necessarily as big a fan of it as you hoped. I am going to take a quick AFK here. We're a little late getting started on the productivity, but that's okay because we've actually been productively late today. Unlike yesterday where it was just a lot of flailing. So I'm going to take a quick 3-minute AFK to just refresh my coffee. I need to blow my nose too. The sinus pressure is bonkers today. And then we will get started on our first 30-minute session. I already have my opening sentence for this book planned. I'm so excited. And there will be just tons and tons of clicky clacking. So stick around. I will be right back. I'm back. Currently putting together a playlist of vibes for the campaign, and it's weird having all the songs stuck in my head at once. I've had similar experiences before. Sometimes lyrics from random songs just mix in my head, and it's very interesting. All right, we've got our little flutter frog. We got our documents. I need to check one thing in my notes. Thank you, Blur. Alright, let's get this party started. Clicky clack time, engage. I'm happy with this first line. This is not a story of how the world was made. That tale, I think you already know. Ooh, description, layout, and NPC for a library designed by elves. That sounds awesome. I love fantasy library designs. I'm so sleepy. It's just got Spirit City and it's so cute. It really is. I adore this game. We just got the Flutter Frog yesterday. It was our last spirit. And the clothing options are so cool. You can also customize so much of your room. Like, I have customized so much of this space. besties again. Now that I've decided to give up and go to my mom's to wait for my sister, the words start flowing. Isn't that always the way, Tyranno? Calling it a day. So good to see you. I hope you have so much fun with your sister. And I hope to see you tomorrow if you're around. We'll be doing another stream tomorrow morning. Same time. We're finally back up to 3 streams. Ooh, it's my last tissue. I shall have to get a new tissue box at break. The cat you get at the start with the tabby swatch looks like my cat? Oh, that's so cool! I like Lenny. I like that they have so many different skins for everything, too. Thanks for filling me in about Winds of Chaos. Heck yeah, always happy to. Made my little character in my normal kind of chill outfit. Yeah, I'm basically in my vibe too. Like, this is essentially me with cat ears. You do unlock more money with every level up as well. So you can change like your whole room as well. Hey Kiki, how's it going? Hang on, I'm gonna pause the timer for 1 second because I need to look up a word. All right, there we go. That is 1,316 words to the new novel. Feeling pretty good about it. Little bit of a slow start. I do tend to be picky with my book openings. Hello, welcome in. Please let me know, how you would like me to say your name. I'm assuming maybe, Kono? Or, Nikono? Or Jinx, maybe? Welcome in. How's it going? Let's see. I believe I have several hydrates to do. 3. 1. 2. 3. And a stretch for Blur. Heck yeah. Hey, you know what, Blur? Looking for references is part of the process, though. Like, in the writing process, that would be like the research and preparation stage when you're making your outline and you're getting ready so that you don't have to stop in the middle of trying to do your drawing to find references at that point. It's perfectly valid. Let's see. They did such a big update with the decor that part of me is like, I wonder if they'll ever add more stuff. Let's do afternoon. And let's move to the desk. Do some typing. Heck yeah. And although we love our little flutter frog, we can hang out with someone else. We hung out with our little ape yesterday. I do love this freaking waxolotl. Maybe we'll hang out with our little boba guys. We have not hung out with them before. And I think I might actually, because I like having the 3 different color ones. Heck yeah. Aw, look how cute! Look how cute they are! Heck yeah! Oh, nice. There is, yes, so we won't, we've hung out with the spider a bit more before. We can always hang out with the spider next sprint. We can do that for our last sprint, but I will shows you, if you are interested. This is our little, arachnid. And we have a little, rainbow skin for them as well. We can hang out with them next sprint. I know, right? It's so adorable. I mean, honestly, I find all of them to be super cute. I mean, just so that you guys can see, there's the waxolotl. And we have a little Raphael skin for him because he's the cutest. But I am trying to hang out with the spirits we haven't hung out with as much. And we have not hung out with the boba at all. The boba fish. So we'll hang out with the boba fish. But since we have special requests for Knit Spider, we will do Knit Spider next sprint. For our last sprint of the day. I might be biased, but Chapter Pillar is my favorite. Yes, we've hung out with the Chapter Pillar a little bit too. I bought a skin for him because he is one of my favorites too. But I'm trying to spread the love. And we can pet them. Look! Oh, they all get so happy! So adorable. So yeah, we will do Knit Spider, and if you're around tomorrow, Mad Lad, we will spend some time with Chapter Pillar tomorrow. Just let me know when you get in here and we will bring out the Chapter Pillar. I love that those fish don't need water. I know, right? Well, there's the other fish too that doesn't need water. I try to, oh my gosh, they're doing like little formations. That's so cute. I try to change the spirit in between sprints so that we get to hang out with a bunch of different ones. But hell yeah! So there we go. Bit of a slow start, but I always am a little bit picky. Usually what I try to do when I'm writing is turn off my brain and just write whatever words. But I do get a little picky at book openings because I want them to feel nice. So there was a little bit of editing when I go, which I don't normally allow myself to do. But because it's an important thing. I do tend to pay a little bit more attention to it. Oh my goodness. I'm talking to one of my one of the clients that I edit for because I basically, as soon as my computer died, I had to send out a bunch of messages where I was like, hey, so my computer died again, and there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown, but I'm sure it'll be okay. I'll figure it out. And so now I've been sending out messages where I'm like, okay, I'm getting the new computer set up. Everything is running a bit more smoothly. And so one of my clients was like, I bet it feels so much nicer. And it really does, because there's like a dozen programs that I use, not always all every day, but over time there's a bunch of little things that I have to do in different areas. And it's nice to just, oh, I need to do this, I can turn on this program quick and just get it done. And when I was borrowing the Valheim server, I didn't want to put a bunch of stuff on there knowing, hey, beep beep, how's it going? My day's been pretty good so far. We're starting a new novel today. So I didn't want to put a ton of stuff on that computer. So I basically had Word and OBS. And so there's a bunch of little things that I do in Photoshop. So it was like, okay, I can ask Ghost Pepper to resize some images for me. And he was happy to do that. But there's just a bunch of things where it's like, I have to wait until next week to do this because then I can install my program for it. And so I spend a lot of time doing that initial like reinstall of all my programs, which I've mostly got everything reinstalled now. I have a couple lesser used programs to get back in there, like Audacity, which is what I used for Dear Ephema, which is what we had Dear Ephema in forever. But it's nice to just have that stuff at my fingertips if I need it. Just had my player mention when he starts the campaign, he's planning on having his character leave his armor at camp because he's pretending to be a wizard, and I'm trying my best not to outright tell him this is a terrible idea on levels he can't understand. Yeah, he'll be pretty squishy without his armor. How long have I been streaming? I believe I started streaming in 2021, November of 2021. So almost 3 years. Wow. I didn't realize it had been that long. I think almost 3 years. Wow. I still feel very new to it. Oh, I like it when the little bobas do their like maneuvers. That's so cute. Thanks. I'm just kind of here doing my thing, doing my little productivity sessions, and I always assume it's not that exciting, but people come and hang out with me. I assume for the cute little boba spirits, and previously for the ducks. We used to play play. I say play, it's an idle game. We used to have Placid Plastic Duck Simulator running in the background. And I think we will sometimes still do duck streams. I expect the ducks will make a return in the future. For anyone who's like, no more ducks, we definitely will have ducks in the future sometimes too. I assume people come more for the ducks and the spirits than for my clicky clackying, but clicky clackying does happen. I am going to take a quick 3-minute break here so that I can use the restroom and refresh my coffee and whatnot. I will actually pause the timer because it's meant to be 15 minutes of us talking versus 15 full minutes of a break. I will take a quick AFK. Don't forget to get up and stretch if you need to. Grab something to drink. Take care of these meat sacks that we're driving around. And I will be right back and we'll have another productivity. to the Writers Troop. Raiders, hello, hello. I saw you while I was putting my coffee back on the warmer. So glad you decided to raid even though I was AFK. We're happy to have you, Writers Troop. I hope that you had a good stream today. I hope you were very productive if you were working on stuff today. Feel free to let me know, although I know you may have had to step AFK, as I know what it's like at the end of a stream when you need to take care of all the things. So if you're lurking, that's great too. For anybody who doesn't already know me, I am Starboard Striker, aka Megan Cutler. My website is up here in the corner here, megancutler.net. I just finished updating it, actually, so all of my books are properly on the website again. And you can read some sample preview chapters of my series on there. I don't quite have the previews up for Aravalia Chronicles and Everyone's Child yet, but I am working on that. I was working on getting caught up because I had COVID since Dragon Con. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you had a fabulous time at Dragon Con, since it sounds like you came home with COVID. But I'm glad you're feeling better. Today was the first day back to streaming. Last week was miserable. I'm so sorry. Last week was like just a haze for me as well, because my new computer got here. My new computer, for anybody who didn't get to see him, this is Langdale. He's our new bud. My old computer died, not last Monday, but the Monday before, very unexpectedly. So the new one came last week. It has been a haze of new installations, and I was a little bit under the weather myself last week, so it was a bit of a, oh yeah, gotta get the timer going again so that we eventually do more productivity. But yeah, it was a time. So I'm glad you're feeling better. Dragon Con was great. The week after was horrible. That sucks. Cause almost certainly somebody went to the con who should maybe, have stayed home, but I'm glad you had a good time. I would love to do Dragon Con someday. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but it's so far away for me. It's so far away. And also, it's big and there's a lot of people, and I don't know how well I do around that many people. They sure didn't know they were sick when they, I'm sure they didn't know they were sick when they went. That's true. Sometimes you don't realize that, that you're carrying the germies with you. I know that, like, in the pre-COVID days, they always called it con crud was a thing anyway. Like, lots of people end up leaving a con with con crud, but that does suck. Very big and very expensive, but it can be excellent for networking. Absolutely. I would imagine it's a really good one. Like I said, I've heard so many good things about Dragon Con from different, like, aspects of the community as well. Like, I know role players like Dragon Con a lot, and I know some YouTubers who have done Dragon Con a couple of times. I was hoping it was just con crud, but then it was very COVID. I'm so sorry. But again, glad you're feeling better. Most important thing is that you're feeling good enough to be up and around again. The best feeling is always that first day that you start to feel human again when you've not been feeling well, and you're like, ah, yes, I remember what it's like to get out of bed and be able to do things. If you have any questions about DC, feel free to let me know. I've worked the writer's track for almost 15 years. That's amazing. I might take you up on that. Thank you, Beep Boop. Welcome back to you as well. I assume you may have gone AFK. If not, welcome back anyway. But yeah, for me, I believe Dragon Con is East Coast. So for me, it would be a pretty big trip. Because I am very West Coast. And also in Canada. So it would be a very big trip. But I would love to do it someday. Atlanta. Heck yeah. I would love to go. There are a couple cons that I would like to see at least once in my life, even just as, not necessarily attending, but as a, like, vendor, but attending as just like a person who's hanging out. We're a major hub, so the flight wouldn't be as horrible. That is true. The thing about flying for me is that we do not live in a major hub. So I've said this before because it's a very wide region, so I don't think anyone's going to locate me from this. We're about 4 hours east of Vancouver. So in order to get anywhere, we basically have to go to Vancouver first. And that's what tends to make big trips for us a little bit tricky, is there's like that extra portion of expense getting from here to Vancouver. Usually once we start looking at things from Vancouver, it's not that bad, but there is always the added little, we either have to have an extra flight or we have to do like an overnight in a hotel in Vancouver so that we can take a specific flight. When we went on our cruise over Christmas, it was a whole, like, we basically flew to Vancouver in the morning and spent like 12 hours in the airport waiting for our next flight. It was brutal. Long drive, then long flight. Can see why it'd be really off-putting. Yeah, and flying within Canada is just stupid expensive as well. But someday I would love to do it. I was looking at your channel and realized you don't have a perfect logo. I do have a logo. It's right there. It's right in the middle. It's right in the middle of my screen. It was made for me by a very good friend. It's that little island there. Ooh, it is time to do the productivitas. So let me just get settled in here for more clicky clackies. Gonna head out and rest a bit. Writers Troop, thank you again so much for the raid. We appreciate you. Please take care of yourself. I gotta pick up my train of thought from where I dropped it off. No thanks, beep beep beep. I'm happy with the logo that I have, but I appreciate you thinking of me. God, somebody just revved an engine outside and scared the bejesus out of me. I was so focused, and then I hear. Oh my goodness. I just wrote a really stupid sentence, but I'll fix that in edits. Perfect timing. I looked up right as the timer ended. So we're up to 2,988, just shy 3,000 words for this scene. I'm getting quite close to the end. I'm really happy with how it's going. And for that sprint, 1,672 words, so increasing the pace. I might not need the full next sprint to finish, but we will do a full 30-minute sprint because I have other stuff that I can work on. In the meantime, if I need to, Blur, thank you for taking care of Streamer. Cheers. Start with a hydrate and followed by a stretch. They had the back stretch going in there this time. Heck yeah. Blur, what have you been up to for the sprint? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna peek at my notes here. I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this first scene. Nice. Happy with how it's going. Very happy with how it's going. Working on some art for a character that I haven't drawn in a while. Nice! Heck yeah! Oh my goodness. I know I keep saying that, but oh my goodness. Let's see. Keep feeling like I should actually... Because now that I've unlocked all the spirits, I'm thinking I might actually use this program in this afternoon as well. So maybe I should do a new thing. This is basically all the stuff that I need to do today. Wait, is this a... Hang on. Is this a new list? I want to do just a task. Doesn't it have like a... Oh, here we go. Add a new task. There we go. That's my task list for the day. That's my task list for today. All of it? All of the stuff I have to do, or all of the stuff you have to do? I'm not sure what. There we go. Not sure if I can type something in there, but there we go. Alright. I will keep that hidden though, because I don't want it to get... I don't want the screen to get too cluttered. Heck yeah. And we promised that we would bring out... I don't know if Honeysuckle is still hanging around, but we promised that we would bring out the knitting spediter, so we will do that. Spirit Companion. Heck yeah. I do like this little dude. And in honor of our little spirit here, we will go to the bay window and we can do some knitting. Oh my gosh, it knits with you! Look! Look! It has its own little thread. Like, if you do reading, then it just goes over there and hangs out. I wonder what it does when you meditate. Oh, it just kind of hangs out. But look, when you knit, he's hanging out over with the knitting. What? I love this little dude so much. I love this little dude so much. Meditate is new, and Mad Lad, when you do it, some of them meditate with you. Because we did meditation yesterday with the ape, and he sat on his tail, and the waxolotl sits on his tail too. It came with the update where they added all of the new cosmetics and stuff. So there we go. I hope Honeysuckle is around to see our cute little knitting friend hanging out with us. I have to say, all of the spirits in here are super cute. I do adore them all. They're very well designed. And we even have our little knitting supplies here. Although I think I also, hang on, I think I also put knitting supplies over there. So maybe I keep changing what's by the fireplace. Let's see. Keep changing it. I'm always tempted to have more books. Maybe I just have a lot of knitting supplies. We could have a little cat burrito. Not gonna lie. I'm not opposed to having a little cat burrito. So I don't think we have those anywhere. I think if you look here, we have some of the birds and some of the... so we have some of the birds and some of the unicorns there. Hang on, and if I just go peek at, like, no. Go back to the bay window. Go back to knitting. But if we go to the full view, go back in here. I don't think we have the cat burrito anywhere. So maybe we should have the burrito cat by the fireplace. Just a consideration. Let me change the lighting. Honeysuckle, look, we've got our knitting spider out, and he's knitting with us. Managed to write a paragraph. Heck yeah! That's a paragraph that you didn't have before. Let's see. Fireplace. Side item. Oh yeah, we could also have the shark. The shark is also pretty cute, not gonna lie. But we could have that burrito cat, we could have that burrito cat, or we could have that burrito cat. I kind of like this burrito cat. Burrito cat acquired. Burrito cat acquired. Hell yes. It's so cute too, because I didn't notice, but when you do, like, if you just do reading, then the spider just hangs out over there, but if you do knitting, he actually comes over to you. So precious! So precious! I love this game. I'm so glad, because I had seen other people using it, but I was a little bit hesitant, because some of these productivity things, like, you really have to commit to using them every day, and I was like, I don't know how much I would use this off stream, although I am thinking I'm gonna use it off stream this afternoon and see how it goes. And I was like, I don't really know if it's conducive to you not using it all the time. And so Ghost Pepper decided to, like, sort of pioneer it, and he was like, I'm gonna grab us each a copy, I'm gonna try it out on my stream. And he was like, I think you're really gonna like this. And I do. I really do. Blur, it's good to keep an eye on it because it goes on sale pretty regularly. And it's super nice. It's super chill. I love the amount of customization that you can do. You can customize your outfit. You can, and also what's really nice is like if I wanted to, I could change my whole look right now. Like I could actually just come in here and change my clothing and pick like whatever thing. Like I could just pick whatever thing I wanted to wear. And then once you unlock stuff, you've unlocked it like forever, and you can just come in and you can change all the stuff whenever. You can have different hair every day, because I've been changing my hair a lot. And you can just do like, you can change the time of day that you want to use. You can change the sounds. Like there's a whole bunch of soundscapes. And some of them change the way... Oh, I actually have Soothing Wind on. Some of them change the way that it sounds. Like if I turn on Night Forest as well, you actually get these little glowy lights that will appear in the distance as well while we're knitting. So it's super cool. I can turn on Thunderstorm and then you get little lightning flashes. And it's just super, super chill and very, very customizable for like what you want in your life, in your productivity life. Since the library is made out of trees, the librarian is a dryad who can reach those high shelves by literally walking through trees. I love that. Honeysuckle, that's amazing. I love the idea that like the librarian is like integrated with the library. Such a cool idea. I just love to see, because, I mean, really, honestly, I wrote an entire book series that takes place in a modern world that has fantasy elements in it, right? Elves, fairies, the fairies run the internet, like, all of the things, sorcerers, you know, magical creatures that the populace needs to be protected from. And I love to see how people take, like, these concepts. Not that a library is necessarily a modern concept, but I love to see how people take these concepts and use magic and, like, what would it be like? What would a library be like if we basically took away all of the limitations of the real world and just went crazy with it and did whatever? I love that kind of stuff. I love the ideas that people come up with. This game would actually help me concentrate on drawing since I get sidetracked. Yeah, and you, like, this actually, you get XP as well. Like, your spirit credits come from leveling up, so you get XP for doing your timer. Like, once we get through all 3 of our pommos, I'll get another XP towards my level. But it's also like super like chill and like how long it takes you to accomplish things, and then you just kind of do stuff and hang out. I'm assuming they're gonna add more spirits because they added 2 more spirits recently, so I'm assuming they're probably gonna keep adding spirits and other options and stuff as they go, because they just added a ton of customization that wasn't there before. But it's just really, the soundscape alone is like, does it for me, because it's like super chill. It's like, and I can just have whatever kind of music and background noise I want forever reigning in my world. Also it's stream safe. Like I haven't gotten any kind of notification. Bruce Campbell Soup, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Anghasa. I always say that name wrong, but I'm getting there. Heck yeah, Uwu Pepper all the way. Ooh, we've got the new sprint is ready to start, so I'm going to give this a quick pause. I'm going to do one more quick AFK break to use the restroom and just refresh the last little bit of my coffee here. This is going to be our final sprint. I will pop up the final sprint tag when we get back. So 30 more minutes of productivity, and then we will be rating on so that I can eat lunch at a decent time today. Bruce, I hope you're doing well. What is up, my friend? Also, Blueberry Bean. Hello, hello. Oh, I mean, we're not wrapping up stream now. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna be here for 30 more minutes. So we got our knitting spider, and we've got our rain sounds, and we're gonna be producting. But I unfortunately can't go all day. I do need to eat at some point. But Blueberry Bean, how are you doing? I mean, you still at least get half an hour of me is better than none, right? I will be right back for said final sprint. And I am going to be streaming tomorrow. I have only been doing 2 streams lately, but I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be starting at 10:30 PST again tomorrow morning. So we are getting a 3rd stream this week. Now that I finally am on my new computer and have all my stuff set up and am like on solid ground again, we're doing 3 streams. So heck yeah. But I will be right at the back for the rest of this stream. we back. Heck yeah. Alright, let's get that final sprint tag up. I can actually move that down slightly. Now that we don't have the timer in the middle there. Satan Sprite, hello, hello! How's it going, my friend? How are you? As you can see, we are issue-free on today's stream. We fixed it. Got rid of that pesky antivirus. I forgot to grab another tissue box. I'll do that after stream. Right. My timer's over here now. Heck yeah. Tired, sleep schedule is all messed up. I feel you. I did not sleep well last night. I could not get my earplugs to settle in the right place, and it kept me up for like an hour. I just got back like a minute ago, Blur. You have not missed much. I do like the earplugs, they help me sleep, but when they aren't doing what I want them to do, it's not fun. What do you use to block? What are you referring to, Satan Sprite? What do I block with? I feel like I missed a message. earplugs. Oh my god. I totally fucking blanked. I would normally not do this during a sprint, but this is our last sprint. So I use these Max. These are wax earplugs. They're actually designed for swimmers. And I just use them to block noise when I sleep. I just block out everything. These block up to 22 decibels. So they block most of like the noise in the house and the street and all that. And I just use them at night for sleeping. And you can get those on Amazon. If you're in Canada like me, you can get them on Amazon. I believe it's $12 a pack. So I usually spend 24 on 2, and 2 packs will last me about 6 months. I use each set of earplugs. It comes with 6 sets of earplugs in there. I use each set for about a week and a half before eventually you have to toss them because they don't stick anymore. But the ones I was using last night, they're like brand new. I just started using them, so they shouldn't have been having as many. The pillow ones feel awkward in my ears. I'm sorry to hear that, Satan Sprite. It took me a while to get used to them. It did take me a while to get used to them. Now I don't really feel them anymore. But last night, the one in my right or in my left ear kept popping out. It wasn't staying sealed. So I could hear things. I was like, no! I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, I hope that isn't peeking the mic. Thank you. I will say, Satan Sprite, if you're in the market for earplugs, I did look into loop earplugs. I had heard good things about them, but they did not work for me. They're supposed to be designed, they're reusable ones, they're silicone, they're supposed to be designed so that you can sleep with them, but they did not block enough sound for me. The wax ones worked better. Hey, Janine. I will reply at the end of the sprint, Janine, or when I finish this scene. I'm getting very close to the end of this scene. I'm just focusing super hard right now. Joe, she's not a Smurf. Good lord. Oh my goodness. But how are you, Joe? What is up? Joe, what are you up to today? Also, Satan Sprite, enjoy your lurk. I know I'm late to respond to that, but enjoy your lurk. Just vibing? Heck yeah. Squid Queen of Hell. Hello. How's it going? I'm going to head into the shower if I don't catch the end of stream. Thank you for the stream. Mad Lad, thank you for hanging out. Hope to see you tomorrow. We will hang out with Chapter Pillar tomorrow, I promise. Either way. Take care. Enjoy the shower. I am on the final sentences here. There we go. That scene is 4,341 words. That is like fully 1,000 words longer than I expected it to be. So there we go. Been forever since I caught a stream. Yeah, I was just thinking we haven't seen you in so long, baby Squid Queen of Hell, and your friend T. Hello. Good to see you again. Janine, you did not miss what I said because I was sprinting that whole time. I was just about to scroll back up and answer your question now. So your timing is actually perfect. I just whacked my microphone. I apologize. That probably became a sound for you guys. Heck yeah. So that is the first scene in the new Everyone's Child book, finished at 4,341 words. And there are some big revelations in here that I have been building up to for the whole series. It feels good to finally write them down and get them out there and have it established. That was me whacking my mic. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was only a light tap, but I'm sure that it was a sound. It seems like everyone was having issues sleeping last night. I couldn't get to sleep for the life of me. Oh no, Blur, I'm so sorry to hear that. It does seem like there are just nights. There are just nights that are like that. What are your thoughts on developmental editors? More specifically, people that demand all authors must have one or their book will be bad. Part of me feels I'm being pushed into having one because of peer pressure, especially since it's going to be over budget for me. I feel like I've said this before. I feel like it's important to have other people read your work and give you honest feedback. Developmental edits are a part of the editing process. Taking a look into the structure of the story and the way it's being carried out and all of the different moving pieces and the framework and stuff is an important part of the editing process, because otherwise you might miss plot holes or you might not really know if something is having the level of impact that you want. But paying for a developmental editor is a choice. I do most of my developmental edits during the beta reading process. I have a team of beta readers that I trust very well, who are open and honest with me, who know that they can safely be open and honest with me throughout the process, who are willing to point out to me if they think that, you know, something I've written isn't working, or that something that a part of the story isn't coming off. Glowworm! We're actually about to wrap up soon, but welcome in! It's so good to see you! Are you still playing your cat game? Are you still stealing people's phones and stockpiling them? I'm so eager to hear how it's been going. Welcome in, also Vinyl, hello! This over here is Lofi Sessions Spirit City. This is our new productivity app that we have been using. It is on Steam. It is technically a game, so you can check it out if you want. We got our nice little knitting spider hanging out with us, and we just did 3 rounds of productivity. We wrote 4,341 words today. So heck yeah. In the opening of a new novel as well, because I just started book 4 of my Everyone's Child series, which is an epic high fantasy that you can read the first 3 books of on Amazon. If you do the exclamation books command, you'll find my Amazon page. For those that don't already know me, I think most of the people in Glow's channel do know me, but for those of you who don't know me, I am Starborn Striker, aka Megan Cutler. You can find my website up in the corner there, megancutler.net. You can read some previews of some of my work there and see what books I have published. There are also some book covers down in the About section of Twitch. Joe, you absolutely know me. Let's... No pretenses here. You know me about as well as is possible to know me. I write sci-fi and fantasy novels, sometimes on stream. I largely stream productivity and every now and then crafting. I don't usually do game streams aside from the games that we have running during productivity. But I do like to hang out, create an environment where creative people can come together, chat about what's on their minds. Just kind of like a little water cooler type place where, you know, if people are working on stuff, they can hang out together. They can get the buzz, feel like they're not just working in isolation. Glow, I hope you're doing well. Still knocking people over? Heck yeah. Also, Volatile Toast, hello, good to see you. I do like the game Hades very much. I'm eagerly awaiting the full release of Hades 2 so that I can start playing that. I'm currently playing Hollow Knight, which is really tough for me, and I'm not doing it on stream because I'm super bad at it. But I am slowly working my way through Hollow Knight. I just beat the Broken Vessel is, like, I think the farthest boss that I've done. And the hardest boss that I've done. So yeah. Vinyl, I heard that you're feeling better from Kali last night. I'm glad to hear it. I know you were sick for so long. I hope you're having an excellent day. We were talking about editing and developmental edits. And again, I do developmental edits via my beta readers. We have frank conversations about things that we think need to be addressed, about parts of the plot that aren't working well. But I'm not paying them to do that for me. So I do think developmental edits are important. I think it's important to get some opinion that's not yours. Now, obviously, you want to find someone that you trust to give you that information. You want to find someone who's not going to try to change your story into the story they want it to be, but is going to try and see what you are trying to do with that story and enhance that story and point out to you the things, the issues that will make that story better versus trying to tell a completely different story. If somebody is telling you to change the whole story, that's not a developmental edit or a critique. That's just somebody wants a different story than the one you wrote, and that's not going to help you. But I also don't advocate breaking the bank in order to have a developmental edit or any form of editing. If you can't afford to hire an editor to do something for you, there's always other ways to get that information. There's always other options. You should always take care of yourself first. I have made... hey, leader, how's it going? I have made no bones about the fact that many of my early books were edited through Skillshare, and many of my current books are edited basically via my beta readers. So... while it's important to get critique and opinion on your work, it's also important that you not starve yourself to do it or, you know, put yourself out of rent or whatever. There are ways to get through the writing process that won't break the bank. They typically take longer. The choice is usually time or money. So if you don't have the money, expect to invest more time. But sometimes if you don't have the money, then time is the currency you can use to pay. Leader, I hope you are doing well after that epic session last night. We talked about the Winds of Chaos session earlier because we had some people who had to leave in the middle last night. I am also tired. I did not sleep well last night. I could not get my earplugs to seal, and there was a lot of flailing around trying to get things to work the way I really wanted them to. It was not... It was not, as Peter would say, Flavor Town. It has been a slow journey for you recovering, Final. I know you've been sick for so long. Yeah, we've been chatting throughout the stream about how some of us did not enjoy the oblivion of sleep that we were hoping for last night. I'm gonna finish catching up on chat before we head off. Satan Sprite says, you should do what works for you. If you're starting, then you might not have the budget, but if you can find someone willing to give it an unofficial read over for you, that might be useful. I'm not a writer myself, so take it with a grain of salt, but that's my opinion. Don't worry about their opinion. Some people really do think their way is the only way, but there are plenty of successful people who don't or can't. Absolutely. I 100% agree with all of that. There's always more than one path to the end destination. Also, Satan Sprite is starting dinner so that they can sleep after eating. Heck yeah. I believe I caught up on everything. My little drabbles I've been writing were meant to be 500 to 1,000 words, but they keep beating 2,000 to 3K. Yeah. Every now and then I'm like, I only need 1,000 words for this. And then 2,000 words later, I'm like, okay. I went overboard. Having sleeping issues as well. Woke up at 3 a.m. and went to sleep at 6. Oh no. That's the worst. I keep waking up like an hour before my alarm, which is just not useful or helpful to me in any way. But yeah, we did write 4,341 words today, so I call that a pretty successful stream. Thank you, Petra Anne Marie. Appreciate it. We're actually going to look for a raid. Because I gotta go eat some food. I was very, very late eating yesterday because there was a lot of troubleshooting. Yesterday's stream was very, very scuffed. But today, the new computer cooperated, and I'm happy about that. So let's see who's streaming. And to everyone who came over with Glow, I'm so sorry that I can't stick around longer, but I hope you will come and join me. I will be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. PST. Oh my gosh, Comf, son! Comf has been going for a while, but we have to go over there. Comf is amazing. Comf has been taking a break off for school for a while, so it is super good to see them streaming again. Hell yeah, and they're doing Lofi sessions as well. I have a suspicion that they are going to be wrapping up almost as soon as we get there, but we're going anyway so that y'all can follow Comf because Comf is amazing. So let's do it. Before they can say goodbye, let's do it. If you have my emotes, please feel free to use them. If not, use whatever emotes make you happy because it's all about spreading the love here. I will be back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. PST with more of this. So if you enjoyed this, more of the same. I so appreciate everyone dropping by to see me today. It's been amazing to hang out with everybody again and to see some people that we haven't seen in a while. Tomorrow we're going to be back to working on the Celestial Serenade, which is my space opera. It'll look the same to you. I'll just be muttering about different people in my head at the time. So yeah, I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. That will be my last stream for this week, but I will be over on Woof's channel. It's Woof on Saturday night for a chill hangout and hopefully finishing out Harmony, The Fall of Reverie. And I will be back next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you miss me tomorrow, you know where to find me. Please remember to take care of yourselves, eat, drink, stretch, sleep when you can. And you're all amazing. Please don't forget that. I will see you again very soon.